Welcome back, Monster Jam fans. Sorry the video was zoomed in. Alright, you saw the field of trucks for Science Series 6, and now it's time to get on with the actual event. So, like I said, we're going to start off with our two fastest qualifiers, Northern Nightmare and Velociraptor. Northern Nightmare, we got the win in practice racing, and Velociraptor took triple threat racing. Now here they are facing each other. So, not much to say here, so we're just going to get on with it. So first off, Velociraptor and Northern Nightmare, here we go! And to kick things off, Northern Nightmare gets the win over Velociraptor, who's just laying on his back. Then next up in racing, we got Earthshaker taking on Equalizer. Cody Armstrong, after taking a little bit of a break, he's back. He's requesting a rematch with Monster Jam Collector Racing, which, by the way, Cody, I do plan on doing a rematch, but not just yet. I got planned for the next one, for the next Science Series, and you're welcome to be part of it. And then after that, you and Monster Jam Collector Racing can have your rematch. But here's a small sample of it. Earthshaker in the near lane and Equalizer in the far lane. And let's go racing! And Cody Armstrong and Earthshaker getting this revenge against Monster Jam Collector Racing, advancing to round 2. And next up in racing is Ford versus Chevy. It's an Evergreen State matchup. It's Destroyer in the far lane and Captain USA in the near lane. Both were driven by the same guy at one point. Going down here for a better shot. Let's go racing. And it's going to be Captain USA destroying the Destroyer. Alright, next up in racing. Y'all ever hear about that Cherokee legend? The two wolves inside of us. One represents evil, one represents good. And which one wins? Whichever one you feed. Well, that's not really the case here in Monster Jam. This says whoever goes the furthest wins. So we got Nightwalker taking on Lone Wolf. Black and white. Here we go. And it's going to be the Nightwalker advancing to round 2. What a race. And speaking of legends, here's a legendary matchup. Two legendary trucks. Gravedigger taking on Bigfoot. The Trick Flow edition, you'll see the Super Duty one later. So here we go. Ford and Chevy, Gravedigger and Bigfoot. Here we go. And it's going to be Bigfoot taking out Gravedigger. Man, I hate it when that happens. I love Gravedigger. And next up in racing, we got Max D 20th Anniversary taking on the Skeleton Zombie. 20th Anniversary Max D we haven't seen for a little bit. Took a little break for the Red Max D to run. 20th Anniversary Edition's back. Taking on the Skeleton Zombie. And here we go. And that was a quick race. Zombie really had the lead. And Max D just couldn't keep it straight. So Zombie will advance to round 2. And I wish I could say the same for Max D, but then we wouldn't get anywhere. And next up in racing, we got the brand new phased out Megalodon taking out, well, he's hoping to take him out, taking on Son of a Digger. I got this one from Kansas City, and I thought I'd run it today. So here it goes against Megalodon, and down we go. And the Kansas City Son of a Digger will get the win, advancing to round 2. Alright, next up, Battle of the Pickups. It's Ford and Chevy once again. Blue Thunder taking on Bad Company. Love the graphics on this Blue Thunder. Absolutely beautiful. And so is Bad Company. So who's going to get the win here? And they both go out on the outside, but that's okay as long as they stay on the track. And your winner is Bad Company. Kansas City flashbacks. And next up in racing, it's the awesome looking King Sling taking on the new kid on the block, Rainbow Blast. These are the only trucks I found at Target. They also had Max D, but I couldn't afford to get it. Luckily, payday's tomorrow for me. Can't come fast enough. Anyway, A's getting off track here, sorry. King Sling and Rainbow Blast, here we go! And what a race, and it's going to be Rainbow Blast taking out King Sling. Alright, next up in racing, we got Kamikaze taking on Saigon Shaker. Kamikaze was added to the lineup. Velociraptor called Team Throttle Monster for backup, and Kamikaze is the one who answered. Good thing too, because Velociraptor got taken out in round 1. Oh, we're still in round 1. I don't know why I'm talking about it like we're in another round. Anyways, Kamikaze, Saigon Shaker, here we go. And Kamikaze getting the win over Shaker. And advancing to round 2. Looks good on this chassis. I actually use this chassis for Rockwell Red. No, I'm using it for another Team Throttle truck. And next up in racing is a Chris Kohler matchup. Or Chris Kohler versus Joe Foley, depending on which year you're thinking of. It's Monster Mutt taking on Axe. Let's go. And into the wall goes Monster Mutt. Moving on to round 2, defeating Axe. Still a cool truck, probably my second favorite Team Scream truck. Sorry, Brutus. And next up in racing, we got Cops and Robbers going on here. We got Monster Patrol taking on the Outlaw. And Monster Patrol with a green roll cage looks pretty good. Hopefully come out with a 30th anniversary edition, because I'm buying it. I don't care how broke I am. Anyways, Monster Patrol and Outlaw, here we go. And Outlaw outran Monster Patrol. He outran the law. He fought the law and won. And he's advancing to round 2. Alright, next up in racing, I've seen both of these trucks this year. It's Soldier Fortune taking on Lucas Stabilizer. This is a brand new Soldier Fortune, this is the Steel Reveal Edition. Taking on Lucas Stabilizer here, a new truck to this year. And here we go. And it's going to be Lucas Stabilizer taking out Soldier Fortune. Advancing to round 2. Beautiful, beautiful truck. I was happy to see it again in Kansas City. And boy, did she burn it down. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. And here we go again with this matchup. It's Snakebite taking on Bigfoot. Snakebite, a freestyle champion this year. Took a little bit of a break after getting that win because he had worked so hard to get it. And it was Team Monster Jam versus Team Triple B. And as you know, these two are not part of Monster Jam. So they took a little break, but now they're back. And here we go, Bigfoot and Snakebite. Enough talk. And it's going to be Snakebite, the freestyle champion, getting the win. Sorry for the background noise. But in case you didn't hear me, Snakebite got the win. Something flying around my face. Man, in Kansas City, I was getting dive bombed by mobs. Like, I'm trying to record freestyle and there's a mob hitting me in the friggin' face. Oh, look, there's one now. And next up in racing, we got Mohawk Warrior taking on Blue Thunder, the Steel Reveal Edition. I'm absolutely in love with this one. As when Hot Wheels was doing Monster Jam trucks, anybody remember the Chrome series in 2017? Well, I was wanting them to do a Chrome Blue Thunder because I knew how cool it would look. And now here we are, 5 years later, and Spin Master did it, and boy does it look good. And it's taking on what looks like the George Ballahand edition of Mohawk Warrior. This it would look like if George Ballahand stayed in Mohawk Warrior and kept the same chassis. So anyways, Blue Thunder, Mohawk Warrior, down we go. And Blue Thunder gets the win over Mohawk Warrior. Just beautiful. And next up in racing, it's Tropical Thunder taking on Nitro Hornet. This Nitro Hornet is the same truck that has been running for 10 years now. He's still trying to get a win, and come hell or high water, he's gonna get a win. Taking on Tropical Thunder here. Here we go. Only he's not gonna get a win here, but Tropical Thunder's moving on. Don't worry, this Hornet will be back eventually. Maybe it's a fast loser, I don't know. But we shall see. But it's gonna be a while until a fast loser race. There will be a couple of them. Spoilers. And here's another legendary matchup. This time Monster Jam edition. It's Gravedigger taking on Max D. Reckless Gravedigger taking on 10th anniversary Max D. And here we go. And this time it's going to be the Gravedigger getting the win, avenging the other Gravedigger who didn't make it. This is the 2-pack edition. And you'll see El Toro logo right after this next race. And next up in racing, it's Gravedigger the Legend taking on the Yellow Zombie. Haven't seen this one for a while, but I got the 2-pack. You saw the Skeleton Zombie earlier, but can the yellow one make it? Let's find out. Down we go, and both zombies are making it into round 2. Tough luck for the Legend. Not really living up to the legend. Alright, we got 2 races left, this being one of them. Avenger Fire taking on Reckless El Toro Loco. Told you you'd see it later. And here we go. And it's going to be El Toro Loco pushing that barrel all the way to the wall. I'm just going to move it just in case we get a tie. And that just wouldn't be fair. And the last race of round 1. It's the race that started it all. The very first championship race. These two have had beef with each other ever since. It's the Patriot taking on Virginia Giant. Anybody remember this race? Gravedigger 8308. Hey, you remember, right? You were there. You've been on this channel since day 1. So here we go again with a rematch 10 years later. Tell you what, this body aged very, very well. And there's an Amazon van across the street. Anyways, Patriot and Virginia Giant, down we go. And Virginia Giant gets his revenge against the Patriot. What the heck is that screeching? And now we're on to round 2. Here goes Northern Nightmare taking on Earthshaker. Down we go. And it's going to be Northern Nightmare. Earthshaker had it, but Northern Nightmare caught up. That's what you get for stopping too early. I do like how he did this. All we need are black rims and then it'll be perfect. And next up in round 2 racing, it's Nightwalker taking on Captain USA. Couple custom trucks of mine. Who's the best? And it's going to be the Nightwalker taking out the Captain. And next up in round 2 racing, we got Bigfoot taking on Zombie. Bigfoot taking on another Monster Jam truck. And here we go. And holy crap, that Bigfoot truck is fast. You really know how to pick him, hobby buddy. And next up is a repeat of the championship race in Kansas City. It's Bad Company taking on Son of a Digger. Can Bad Company get its revenge here? Or will history be repeated here? And it's going to be Bad Company advancing to round 3. Yeah, fun fact, John Gordon used to be Ryan Anderson's crew chief. And next up in racing, we got Kamikaze taking on Rainbow Blast. Then the newcomer versus a truck that hasn't been seen for a while. And here we go. And what a race, but it's going to be Rainbow Blast, Rainbow dashing to the finish line. And next up in racing, it's Outlaw taking on Monster Mutt. Couple of retro trucks here. And here we go. And just when we thought it was Outlaw, it bounced off the wall, went in reverse, and Monster Mutt gets the win. Moving on to round 3. And next up in round 2 racing, it's Snakebite taking on Lucas Stabilizer. Snake versus semi-truck. I think we all know who would win in real life. The semi-truck. And here we go. And your winner is Lucas Stabilizer, taking out the former freestyle champion. And next up in round 2 racing, it's the Sons of Thunder. Blue Thunder taking on Tropical Thunder. This is going to be a very thunderous race. And here we go. And it's going to be Blue Thunder. And next up in racing, we got Gravedigger taking on Zombie. Battle of the Undead. And there's a fly that just won't leave me alone. Am I dead or something? And it's going to be Zombie. Despite front flipping, Gravedigger was going way too slow. and Zombie will get the win. Moving on to round 4. But before we move on to that round, we got one more race. And here we go, last race of round 3. Virginia Giant taking on El Toro Loco. Oh, did I say round? Oh. Yeah. And it's gonna be El Toro Loco. Alright, we are moving on to the next round. First up is Northern Nightmare taking on Nightwalker. These two have been really fast, but who's faster? Here we go. And into the wall they go, and it's going to be Northern Nightmare. Moving on to the next round. Oh, Virginia Giant lost his flag. And next up in racing, they're big, bad, and orange. The only difference is one's a Chevy, one's a Ford. It's Bad Company taking on Bigfoot. Down we go, and Bigfoot advancing on to the next round, taking out Bad Company. And next up, a couple more fast trucks. Rainbow Blast taking on Monster Mutt. Here we go. Man, that truck is fast. Making a good first impression. Really making me wonder who's going to win this. Because we've had a lot of fast trucks. Northern Nightmare, Bigfoot will be facing each other in the next round. Now we got Lucas Stabilizer taking on Blue Thunder next. And here we go. You just heard me say it, so let's go. And it's going to be Lucas Stabilizer. Blue Thunder had trouble going down, but that allowed Lucas Stabilizer to get the win. And the last race of round 3, or 4. Yeah, I think this is round 3. El Toro Loco taking on Zombie. And it's going to be El Toro Loco. Alright, I told you there was going to be a fast loser race later. So we got Destroyer, Nitro Hornet, and Axe. Here we go. And Axe is back in the game. Taking out Nitro Hornet and Destroyer. And next up in racing, well, first up in this round, round 4. Two very fast trucks here. Bigfoot taking on Northern Nightmare. Who is faster? Here we go. Northern Nightmare. And next up in round 4, these two have been crazy stupid fast. Lucas Stabilizer taking on Rainbow Blast. And it's going to be Lucas Stabilizer. Rainbow Blast was switching lanes there. And he didn't even use his turning signal. And Lucas Stabilizer is advancing to round, or this is semifinals. And the last race of round 4, El Toro Loco taking on Axe. Nothing to say here, so let's go. Oh, they both go into the wall. Who's touching it? Alright, Axe is closer, so Axe is going to the semifinals. Oh, this is going to be good. Alright, we got one more fast loser race before we move on to the semifinals. So I brought back Lone Wolf, Velociraptor, and Earthshaker. Who's going to get it? Here we go. Lone Wolf. Did a little bicycle there. That was awesome. Lone Wolf is going to the semifinals. There's a very, very high chance that we're going to crown a new champion here. Because we got one past champion versus 3 trucks who have yet to win a championship. This is going to be interesting. Alright, next up. This is a Cynthia Gauthier matchup. And I say that because, if I remember right, there's going to be a show in Canada where Cynthia was supposed to drive Northern Nightmare, but that show got canceled. I think it was Vancouver. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyways, Northern Nightmare taking on Lucas Stabilizer. Who's going to the finals? Lucas Stabilizer! Okay, it is inevitable that we crown a new champion here. Well, who's going to face Lucas Stabilizer in the finals? Lone Wolf or Axe? We're about to find out. Here we go. And they both go into the wall. And your winner is going to be Axe. Alright, Monster Jam fans, it's all come down to this. The final race. Truck going by, sorry. These two are from the same case, and neither of them have won. This is Axe's second sign-up series. And Lucas Stabilizer, this being its third sign-up series, if I remember right. So, let's meet our competitors. In the far lane, it is Red Stussy and Lucas Stabilizer. And in the near lane, representing Team Scream, behind the wheel of the truck that won freestyle in Kansas City a couple days ago, it is Justin World and Axe. So, somebody's got to win. Somebody has got to lose. And it's time to go racing right here, right now. And your winner is Lucas Stabilizer. Axe had problems going down, not sure what happened. But your winner is Red Stussy and Lucas Stabilizer. Alright, a new champion has been crowned. It was inevitable, but we just didn't know who it was going to be. Tough break for Axe. Better luck in triple threat racing. Down goes Lucas Stabilizer celebrating. And what a race. Alright, so that concludes racing here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for triple threat racing, because that's next. You don't want to miss it.